The 2022 Chess Olympiad ended in a bit of a disappointment but some glory for the Indian team. It was a historic chess Olympiad with over 180 nations participating. It was truly a world event, and for 14 days, Mamallapuram was the center of attraction for a lot of chess enthusiasts. It was a story of some missed opportunities, one loss, which potentially took away a bigger medal for India. In this video, I will sum up India's chess journey that was there in the Chess Olympiad of 2022. Broadly, if you have to look at it, all the major titles, headlines will be on India winning 2 team bronze medals. India 2 and India women, they both secured the bronze medals. But behind those bronze medals, there have been some very good individual performances that were rewarded. For example, they won a total of 10 medals, folks. There were 2 individual gold winners, there was 1 silver, and there was 4 bronze medal winners. So this happened for the very first time in the history of the Chess Olympiad, folks. And to add that, India even secured the Gaprindashvili Cup. Now I will tell you what is the Gaprindashvili Cup later, but I will focus on the medals that what India won in the Chess Olympiad. If you have to talk about individual medals, you have to start with D. Gukesh. He simply had a phenomenal run in the Chess Olympiad, winning 8 out of 8. His first 8 matches resulted in outright victories. But when he was close to glory and when he was going for yet another win, he lost 1 game. After drawing the 9th game, he lost the 10th game, and that shattered India's medal chances. But there was glory for Gukesh though, as with 9 out of 11, he won the gold medal in the Open top board. Remember, India as the hosts could field 3 teams both in the Open and in the women's category. So that is why India had a great chance of winning medals galore in the Chess Olympiad. So D. Gukesh won the gold medal in the open board category. There was further glory for India when Nihal Sarin also secured the gold, but it was in board 2. So India's 2 gold medals is a slice of history when it comes to the Chess Olympiad, folks. There were also 4 bronze medals individually, and that even included Ramesh Babu Pragnananda. Remember, Pragnananda did not enjoy a big success in the tournament. He held his own, did not get many outright wins, but he secured his own and was solid throughout. Arjun Erigaisi from Telangana had secured the silver. But medal was decided based on the rating points. For example, 9 out of 11 was not the criteria for D. Gukesh. He crossed 2700 ELO, and at peak live performance, Gukesh's rating was 2867 ELO points, and that is why he won the gold medal. Erigaisi settled for silver, and the others, including Pragnananda and the other competitors, managed to secure the bronze medal. It was also historic that the women's team managed to win the bronze medal in the Chess Olympiad. But it was a case of, you may say, a bit of a disappointment for the India women's team. Why is that? Heading into the final round, they were in the lead. They just needed to win, but they squandered that opportunity and they lost 3-1. So from gold, they directly slipped to bronze. They were in gold medal contention, folks. But they lost out on the gold because they lost to USA 1-3 in the final round. And the first medal for India women's team, but it could have been a case of gold. So close were the margins in both the open and the women's category that one slip up was proving to be very, very costly. The women's team final round, if they had won against the USA, they could have won the gold, but they unfortunately lost to the US. Now, the story of the Olympiad is that the bigger names that were there was Vidit Gujarati, there was Pentala Harikrishna, but the juniors outshone them. Gukesh, Nihal Sarin, Adivan Bhaskaran. There was also Ronak Sadhwani, Nihal Sarin, Pragnananda. They all outshone the senior members. So that was the major feat that India's depth has. the chest depth that is there in the chest depth that is in the Indian team is simply staggering. Imagine Gukesh, Nihal, Pragnananda, Bhaskaran and Ronak Sadhwani all outshone the likes of established players like Vidit Gujarati, Mentala Harikrishna as well. So I will talk about this one loss that ended India's gold medal hopes. The game against Uzbekistan was going to be a very, very close encounter. And Gukesh was in top form, 8.5 out of 9. But he suffered a heartbreaking loss to Nordibek Abdursattorov. This name is not to be taken very lightly, folks, because Nordibek Abdursattorov is the 2021 World Rapid Champion. He had beaten both Magnus Carlsen and Jan Nepomniachtchi in the 2021 edition in Warsaw, and that is why he was one of the contenders for Uzbekistan in this current World Championship. His 5.5-hour tussle, Abdursattorov and, if you may say, Gukesh's tussle, decided the outcome. He lost that game 2-2. Uzbekistan held on for a draw, and that is why you see India slipped. India too, rather, they slipped up. Crushing loss, and if he had held his own, he was going for the win. Vishy Anand wrote in his column that Gukesh was going for the win, but in the quest for glory, he blundered, and that is why Abdursattorov, a very calm and composed player, managed to take the initiative, and that's why that one loss ended India's medal hopes. Abdursattorov, with that draw against India on Tuesday, it ensured that Uzbekistan and Armenia would win the gold and the silver in the men's category. Ukraine and Georgia held the top honors in the female category, along with India, who secured bronze. For Uzbekistan, this is their first medal after 30 years. They had won the silver in the 1992 Olympiad in Manila. But for Armenia, it was a fantastic result. Seventh medal for them. They had won bronze in 1992, 2002 and 2006. But in the gold, they had secured it in 2008 and 2012, and also it was their first silver. So Armenia continued their great run in the chess Olympiad. Uzbekistan, on the other hand, kudos, and because they had Nordibek Abdursattorov in their team, it was a golden moment for them. But this is not all, folks. India won the Gaprindashvili Cup. The Gaprindashvili Cup was the combined supremacy of the team in both the sections, open and women, and that was where India topped it. And that is the Gaprindashvili Cup. So you're saying 10 medals, 9 medals in the cup. This was it, the Gaprindashvili Cup. Now, what is the Gaprindashvili Cup? This is named after Georgia's Nona Gaprindashvili. She was the first woman GM and the fifth women's world champion from 1962. But if you had followed Nona Gaprindashvili's career very closely, she had sued Netflix for her inaccurate portrayal in the docudrama The Queen's Gambit. In The Queen's Gambit, Nona Gaprindashvili had sued Netflix for incorrectly stating that she's Russian. Big mistake, firstly. And she never played competitive chess against men. That statement, she sued Netflix, and she told Netflix to remove that particular line. It was not true. She did play with the men in that period. 1962 to 1978, she was the women chess world champion for a 16-year period. So this was where Nona Gaprindashvili is still alive, folks. She's over 80, and that is where this cup, for combined supremacy in both the men and the women, India were the top team, and they won the gold medal in that. So it was a case of bitter disappointment in one game, folks, because let's be honest, the women's team could have won the gold medal, but they slipped up against the USA in the final round. For India, that one loss, especially for India too, when they lost when D. Gukesh lost to Abdursattorov, it was a very, very close match. So India too, what are the takeaways from Mamallapuram? That India's juniors are now right up there with the best in the business. For the India senior team though, they can also be proud of the fact that their finish in the top 5 made them solid, but they did not gain much, but they did not lose much. For the women, they continue their solid show, but unfortunately at this point in time, you may say that was a case of missed opportunity. They had Koneru Hampi, they had Tanya Sajdev, they had Harika Dronavalli, they even had Vaishali Ramesh Babu, who is Pragnananda's sister. They had also put up a good show, but unfortunately they did not make it to the gold medal stage. So the Chess Olympiad finally ends, folks. 182 nations, and India coming out on top on most of the sections is indeed a proud feat. And remember, Chennai became the accidental host of the 42nd of the Chess Olympiad because Russia was expected to host. But because of the war in Ukraine, those hosting rights were taken away and Chennai became the host. Prior to the tournament also there was history because there was a torch relay and India became the spiritual center of chess for long, because from every edition now there will be a torch relay and the starting point will be India. There was also Vishwanathan Anand becoming the vice president of FIDE, and we will now be interesting to see how his new role will be in the coming seasons, because now he's clearly admitted that he's no longer in world championship contention. There was also Magnus Carlsen, but he also had some good performances, but it didn't help Norway come to the very top of it because his other competitors, in particular Aryan Tari, also fumbled. But the other depth, if you have to look at it in Norway, it is not quite as deep as it is in the Indian chess circuit. So that gives you plenty of hope. Thank you so much, folks, for listening to the special live on the Chess Olympiad. It was a good Olympiad for India, 10 medals, but it was also a case of some missed opportunities. We will be back with more sporting updates from Sports Today. Press the like, comment and share button. We are also there on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. And don't forget to download the SportsTak app as well as the SportsTak website for all the latest news and analysis. Thank you.